Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Shannon and I'm here today to show you a finished jewelry product update. This is some stuff I've been working on for the last couple months. I know I've been sharing quite a few bead hauls with you, so I thought you might enjoy seeing some of the things I end up making with the beads that I get. So these are some of my more recent projects, these necklaces. I recently decided to try my hand at knotting technique. And so I just did a simple knotted cluster of 3. And I had gotten some really nice bead it cord. I think it's by, knot it cord. I think it was by Beadalon, in a bunch of different colors. And it's 0.8 millimeter. It knots beautifully. It's very easy to work with. And this thread was a little bit too thick to go through my bead tips in order to close it off, so I just did a basic crimp like I would on any other necklace to finish the necklace off. And then I did this one in green. I really went bold and brave with the color because this lime green, I wasn't really sure how it was going to work with the other greens. I knew I wanted to do something with this center bead here. I had gotten this off of Beadbox Bargains, and I tried the lime green, and as I went through my stash of beads, it looked like I had some lime green beads to match and bring it all together. So I'm very happy with how this turned out. This was actually my very first knotted necklace. I'm still playing around with the technique to get the spacing right on the knots, but all in all, very happy with how these turned out. And then this is some faux suede that I picked up at Michael's, and also from Michael's is this chandelier that I had originally bought to do earrings with, but decided that it would make a really cool pendant, and so I took some fancy jasper beads and picked a nice array to showcase the beads and the different colors that fancy jasper comes in, and did a simple pendant necklace. And to finish it off, I think I was using 24 gauge wire, and I just did a wrap to hold things in place around a jump ring. These are 2 Kumihimo strands that I did for pendants. This one that's kind of more of a reddish copper, I did to go with this bead and pick up the copper in this pendant. And then this one has more of a chocolate brown base that I did to go with this pendant. And they're both going to have gold findings. I have to bind off the ends and put the cord ends on and clasp them. But that's basically the plan for these 2 braids. And then the rest of my projects have basically been earring based. You can see I worked on quite a few of them. Let me kind of clean up the necklaces and I'll bring some up closer for you to see. Okay, and before we get into the earrings, one last thing is I made this pendant. I'm working on a 3rd Kumihimo braid. To go with this pendant. I got this bead here out of Beadbox Bargains. This came from my bead soup, and then I thought the copper offset things nicely. I used antique copper findings and some copper wire. So on to the earrings. I've got a whole mix of glass earrings and check glass bead earrings. I had fun putting these together. So these were fun. These are, I believe these were porcelain beads in black and yellow. And then I took some yellow glass pearl ovals and some antique gold spacer beads to make these earrings. I had these beads I bought at Michael's, and then these came from Beadbox Bargains. I had bought a couple types of these kind of, they call them rondelle or drum beads, it depends. There was a couple like them, and I bought them in different colors, and they make really nice stacking beads. And you can see I did it in orange as well, with a mix of rondelles and bicones. And then also in orange, these are check beads. And then I got some frosted beads, and I love working with cubes. I think it just adds something to the texture of a piece, especially in earrings. I really liked the turquoise color with the variations in the brown. And then I had some really pretty lampwork glass beads. This looks like, it's hard to tell, it looks like it's either a copper or a gold. I decided to go more with the copper motif and use copper findings for these. And again, I used a frosted bead to offset the sparkle going on here. These were just fun. They kind of remind me of a swimming pool, that pretty blue that you see in a lot of pools. And I like the shape of the coin. These were a lot of fun to make, and they came from, let me see if I can find it in my stash here. They actually came off of this strand here. That was a mix of just these really kind of wild colored glass beads. I used, you may remember from earlier in this video, I used the blue ones in a knotting project. And then I used a set of blue in these earrings, not meant to go with the necklace. This was probably actually made about 2 months before I got the idea to do the necklace. And then in the green yellow. And yellow, I love yellow, but I always, like red, I've had a hard time working with yellow and finding a good way to use it. So I've made a point of buying more yellow and red beads, just so that way I have a little more variation to work with and see what I can come up with. And then purple's my favorite color, so I never have a problem coming up with something with purple. I put everything with purple. So today I decided, or well, when I made these, I decided to do kind of this champagne peach color with the deep purple. And then one day I was feeling very green, so I did some antique gold with, again, you'll notice I have these kind of rondelle or barrel beads in this deep forest green. And these are melon beads, check melon beads, and I got these at Lima Beads. And I've used them in a couple different pairs of earrings, but I thought it looked particularly nice with this forest green rondelle. And I like green. Forest green is not one I normally gravitate towards. I always go for the lighter color spring greens. But I thought that this would be very interesting to work with, and I could pair a lot of the lighter colors with it. And again with the melon beads, this time I went more with kind of a bluish purple motif against some copper glass beads. And then finally I decided I wanted to experiment with flowers. I've seen a lot of beaders on YouTube do check flowers, so I bought a little variety bag from Lima Beads, and I had these cute lampwork glass rounds. This is green black, and then this is, I believe it's black and orange. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and check back often for tutorials, finished beading projects, and bead hauls. Thanks for watching, and happy beading.